The song is King So. Te, 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 pe, te, 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 do, te, te, se, le, dosa, kusa vie pe me fota, la pe five me mosa, kusa le mone me mi, le pu me mopa, si, astriyon, ute, le preme, te, di ute, pe le pute, beat you to dust, le pu fe, Golex, I'm chillin', wrist willing la, my watch my wrist, of the necklace, the glass, the reflection on my mask, on my past, my future is last, like the prophecy, when I tell it, come to pass, the future prophecy, kind of future la, le pu fi, come the future, when I'm talking about my wrists, glistening, listening, looking at all the fancy things. I reminiscing from my mind, my brain, nigga. We're so sorry to you sing, nigga. Hymns or melodies, hymn form, the saxophone, the relax my mind. Think about my brain, with you in a hymns form. Got to relax, my M's on. Tim's on, Timberland boots. Got the Glock on my hip, look what Tim's do. Release me, give me the pave me, I can see me. I'm black in the ghost, vision receive me. I'm the seer of my body law. I got prophecy everywhere I go for my body law here. Think about what I hear. I'm like a fucking king, nigga. We're up here, we're up here, we up here. Till I disappear in the black Holy Ghost reappear. Re-see. I'm thinking about the vision of my vision that I like to receive. Exchange my money, nigga. Receipt of different paper things I see. I like to buy in stores. Pavement on my Timberland boots. Listen to me. Listen to my ghost rhymes. Listen to the hymns that I fucking go in mind. I tell when I'm sleeping, give me fucking dreams and give me fucking reasons for the dream that I'm dreaming. When I'm walking and I'm talking in the hymns, Timberland boots, I like to refashion you. I like to reclass you. I like to restyle my fashion back in old ways. Thinking about the sums I'm okay about. Thinking about what's the amount of receipts form. The money that I write, the C and C. I reform bricks.
At least didn't get any worse. But what has the feedback been as you've talked to the folks here?
I've actually been talking about manufacturing for almost a decade now, and the need for this country to have a manufacturing base. You can't be a great power if you're not an industrial power. I think COVID reminded us of our ability. We always have to have the ability to make things. And it's no longer just make things for the military, that we don't want to rely on other countries, but the core essentials of things that we now need for a functioning economy and to be a world power has expanded. So we have to have the ability to make these things. It's also a source of really good, dignified work, which is important in order to have a strong country. Dignified work is what makes it possible for people to start families and own homes and invest in communities and be volunteers in community groups. It's the fiber that makes life possible and community strong. The absence of dignified work is corrosive and destructive. Manufacturing is a great source of dignified work, but we don't have enough opportunities for people to acquire the skills they need. So we have a need for dignified work. We have employers that need the workers, and we don't yet have a system that's providing those workers or those training opportunities. So it's something we're going to continue to focus on by coming directly to Florida manufacturers and talking about how can we close that gap.
And we'll talk more about that in just a moment, but I want to get to what happened this week at Mar-a-Lago with the FBI. I know you've been very, very vocal on your feelings about this. You've described it, compared it to a Marxist dictatorship. So just to start off by telling me what you think about all this.
Well, here's what I think about it. You have the administration of a president whose FBI and Justice Department conducted a 30-agent raid of not just his previous electoral opponent, but his likely and potential future electoral opponent. So the bar for doing that is incredibly high. to say that you are doing that because you are searching for documents, not because there's somebody being held hostage in the basement of a building, not because some drug cartel is being run out of that building, but because you want documents that apparently had already been turned over, many of them had been, is outrageous. And that discretion that comes from how you carry out that job, let's assume for a moment, and I don't assume, but let's just assume for the sake of argument, that they had a legitimate purpose behind those documents. You demand that his lawyers turn them over by 5 p.m. on Friday at this office. But when you conduct a high-profile raid, you tip off the media that it's going to happen, because national outlets were on site before local media even was. You do it with as many agents as you can come up with. You tell his lawyers they can't be in the room. You're cutting locks. You're taking safes. That's a production that's done to send a message. And the message is, we are going to target political opponents. And this is what you see in country after country around the world. It's quite typical in many, unfortunately, countries in the Western Hemisphere. For someone to take power, they use it to go after, persecute their political opponents. And then when the supporters of their opponents speak out, they say these people are dangerous. We need to go after them as well, and you criminalize opposition. I'm very concerned about what happened. It was wrong. It should not have happened, and people should be held to account for it.
You have to have a probable cause warrant. You have to go to a judge. In this case, it was a magistrate in South Florida who had to be shown.